The year was 2016. Oh, not 2016 actually. 2019? No, definitely not. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The year was 2010, and Hannah Montana was the only girl that mattered, and I wanted to be her more than any other girl in the world. You give them a wild run. High styles, every shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind of welcome to my music channel. There's no place I'd rather be. But 15-year-old me was much too shy to let the world hear her a cappella renditions of Rather Be and Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. So I canned that dream. But we'll come back to that. Luckily, I did have other passions. Hey guys, it's Jennifer. It's Jennifer. And that was the start of Generation DIY. Hey guys, it's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. Making videos was amazing. I got to combine my hobby of crafting with the challenge of learning how to film and edit videos. Back then, I edited on this Microsoft Brick computer circa 1995 that worked so slowly. Kind of scary, right? And I relied on free trials of editing programs that would last a week, which is why a ton of my early videos have watermarks on them. But I didn't really care. I was having the time of my life making DIY cream blush, doing the chubby bunny challenge, and outfits of the week videos, which had very questionably color coordinated outfits. But turns out a lot of people liked my videos. And soon enough, I had a couple thousand subscribers. But it just so happens that Asian immigrant parents don't really like when you paint shoes instead of doing your Chinese homework.
Making
a YouTube video.
我们今天的作业做完了没有？
No, I'm gonna do it after.
但是现在你是
11年级的，
要上那个呀，要功课为主呀。下次先把那个作业做完了，再去做那些乱七八糟的事情，好不好？
不是乱七八糟的事情。
哦，对了，那个 violin， 明天又有课了，我看你又没什么好好练过。
I don't want to do violin anymore.
但
I
是我
don't have
们
time.
但我们现在已经，但我们钱也交掉了，跟老师也说好了。
But I told you I don't want to do it anymore. You don't understand.
那我们确实是不太了解，但是我们希望呢，你就是集中精力在学习上面。
Yeah, but I'm still going to school. I'm doing my homework. Why can't I do YouTube too?
现在这些 YouTube 啊什么，谁知道是什么东西呢？
But it's for fun. It's the only thing that makes me happy.
那你先把作业做好，先把学校的顾好，要不先那个停一段时间，
No, I
先停掉。
can't. I can't.
要么你就暂时我们把你这个 camera 什么收起来先。
What? That's so unfair. You can't do that.
这是为你好呀！如果现在考不上大学，考不上一个好的学校，以后真的后悔都来不及。
啊？
对呀，这倒是的，关键的一年呐，你好好努力一下，房间去看看。
You can't do that.
今天就这样呢，好吗？
好，那就暂时把你的这个照相机什么先保管一下吧，我们啊，什么时候有空呢，你可以再去做。那你去萌萌的房间看看吧，拿一个照相机。
All There's nothing more to hear you knocking at my door. 'Cause if I could see your face once more, I could die a happy man, I'm sure.
不好意思，刚才爸爸妈妈说话有点重，你不要介意。我们也是为了你的将来着想，为了你能够未来的生活更好，所以不要介意。既然你那么坚持呢，我们也尽量想办法支持你。喜欢你自己喜欢做的事，好吗？不要难过了，好吗？大家一起努力，好吧？都会好的。回家吧，啊。
All I want is, and all I need is to find somebody, find somebody.
我回来了。
So my first and only experience running away from home thankfully ended happily. But just to be clear, I am not encouraging you to run 5 minutes away from your home to your local high school to gain support from your parents. Regardless, for the next couple of years, I lived out my teen YouTuber dreams. I busted my ass balancing high school and YouTube and extracurriculars, spending every extra minute brainstorming new video ideas or editing or filming, making sure every single clip lined up with the downbeats of the song. Somehow I did it. I never missed a single Sunday upload for years. But then, in 2016 came the balancing act of YouTube and college. I mean, I did it in high school, so how hard could it be? Turns out it was pretty hard.
那你就休学呗。
So I dropped out. Life as a dropout in Vancouver was actually pretty lonely and wasn't really what I thought it was gonna be. I thought I would be so happy because I got to do what I loved as a full-time job, but I didn't really have a social life. All my friends were still in school or working in different sectors, and I just felt like I couldn't relate to anyone. So, in 2019, I'm so sorry. I mean, how could I make such a rookie mistake? What I meant to say was, during ELOS, I decided to go full LA YouTuber mode, and it was amazing. I finally found a community of creative friends who all worked in social media and entertainment, and I finally got to do YouTube as a full-time job. Day in and day out, I could do what I loved as a career, eating, sleeping, and breathing YouTube. And I must have been happy. I mean, that was the dream after all, to upload and upload and upload and upload and upload.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted, not what you think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare.
Try making a daisy embroidered bucket hat. I'm doing 6 petals per flower. Here's my attempt at the first one. Okay, but I think this hat turned out so cute.
So I stepped off the golden.
This was like always my dream, to become like a full-time YouTuber doing all these crazy things. The reality is it doesn't feel like what I thought it was gonna feel like. I hate that I feel so stressed and unmotivated to film and edit, because I'm like, I know that this is an amazing job and like tons of people would do anything for this. Sometimes when I don't work that hard, I'm like, I'm a failure. I also wanted to document this week in my life because I wanted to look back on it in the future, hopefully from a better place. For my entire young adult life, I've chased external validation to tell me who I was. If other people liked me, then I must be a good person, I must be doing something right. So inevitably, when I got burned out and didn't have that external validation anymore, I had no idea who I was. I mean, who was I if I couldn't define myself with work, grades, with my achievements? Was I even a cool person? Was I a good person? Did I have morals? Was the only cool thing about me my job? And what I've realized is I need to fulfill myself with things other than work and find out who I am outside of all of that. But over the last 10 years on YouTube, I've learned a lot and I've changed a lot as a person. I mean, a decade is a long ass time. I even swear now, that's changed since the beginning of my channel. So here are 10 lessons I've learned over my past 10 years on YouTube. Number 1, make your own opportunities. As a kid, I desperately wanted to be on Disney Channel. That was my #1 dream. But growing up, I never really saw anyone that looked like me on TV, and I didn't really understand what representation was at the time because I was a wee tot, but I somehow knew that someone like me didn't belong. So I stopped waiting around for someone to just hand me an opportunity, and instead, I made my own by making the representation I wanted to see in the world. But to be clear, as a 15-year-old girl, I was not thinking about representation and all of that kind of stuff. I just wanted to make DIY Galaxy shoes. Number 2, work hard, but also know that work isn't who you are. Yes, you can be passionate and you should be passionate about what you do and be proud of all your career achievements, but your value and worth isn't in how successful you can be, how much money you can make, or how productive you are. I've spent most of my teens and early 20s cooped up in my room making videos, and I lost out on a lot of core experiences my peers had because I understood that nobody will work harder for your dreams than you will. And sometimes that meant sacrificing social plans or free time. People always say do what you love as a career and you'll never work a day in your life, but I've come to find that's not actually really true. I needed to find hobbies other than work and invest in my personal relationships and health because those are the things that actually matter and will last. So now I say work smarter, not harder. Number 3, everyone works differently. I used to beat myself up over not being able to wake up at 5 a.m. and do that productive morning routine that all of these billionaires and business tycoons seem to be following. But I just don't think I'm built like that. I'm actually really tired. I don't know why. I think it's because I didn't sleep enough last night. Welcome to a productive day of my life, but I'm starting at 12:30 p.m. Not everyone functions the same, and that's okay. What works for someone else might not work for you. Number 4, take a break. Girl, slow down. Your life doesn't always have to be an F1 car going 300 kilometers an hour. Even Ferraris have to take pit stops and change out the tires. You can choose to work yourself to the bone, pulling all-nighters and ruining your health, but it comes at a price because that's just not sustainable long term. And trust me, I know from experience. Yes, pulling an all-nighter will give you more time technically, but how effective and productive are those hours that you're actually awake? Perhaps if I got a couple hours more of sleep, I could have gotten the job done way quicker. Things to think about. 5, it's okay to ask for help. I pride myself on being a DIYer. I love doing everything myself. It gives me so much satisfaction. Part of it is an ego thing. For the first 7 years of my YouTube channel, I edited every single video. But as my responsibilities grew, I just had less and less time to make videos. Editing was one thing that I realized I needed to let go of. So now I have an amazing team who helps me. I have amazing managers and 2 editors who help me make the best videos possible. At first, it was a big hit to my ego because I was like, oh, am I not good enough? Like, how come I can't do this anymore? Like, I used to be able to do blah, 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 blah. But I'm not the same person, and like, life changes, things change. And it doesn't mean that I'm a failure just because I need other people on board. It just means that my goals got bigger and now more people can support me. Number 6, take big risks. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Starting my YouTube channel was probably the scariest thing I had done in my teen years, and having everyone in my high school find out about my channel was probably even scarier. And if I had just given in to the embarrassment, we would not be here 10 years later. Listen, I've experimented with some truly shudder-inducing content, from edible back-to-school supplies to my rom-com web series to some more experimental series like the Glow Up Project and releasing music. These were terrifying for me to put out. Part of me was like, everyone's gonna hate it, everyone's gonna laugh at me, but at the end of the day, who cares? We're all just little specks of dust floating in the universe. Chances are it'll work out. If not, hey, you learned something. Good things can come from your safety zone, but Great things come from outside of it. 7. Embrace the change. Over the past 10 years, YouTube has completely changed me as a person. I used to be the shyest, most socially anxiety-ridden teenager to now being able to perform in front of thousands of people. There was a period on my channel where I was desperately holding on to my past self and content because I knew that's what people wanted from me, but I myself had grown and changed.
I feel like in the past year or so, like I've been filming videos because they get views or they're trendy, but sometimes I just don't even enjoy making them.
I had to think about what was more important, if it was more important for other people to like me or for me to like myself. And I realized that change is inevitable and you just gotta roll with the punches. Number 8. There's plenty of room at the top. I used to and still struggle with comparing myself to other creators and artists and their achievements and numbers. I felt like it was hard for me to be happy for my peers when they were thriving because it was like I lost out on something. But in reality, I realized just because someone else is doing well doesn't mean it takes away anything from me. There's so much success to go around. Also, success can be whatever you define it to be. It doesn't have to be numbers or money or whatever achievement that you set for yourself. Now for me, it's being happy with the content that I create and building a great relationship with you guys. Number 9, dreams have their own timeline. I feel like we keep seeing more teen millionaires or like even younger Emmy nominees or Grammy winners, and it puts this pressure on us to rush and achieve our goals right now. But what I've realized is that everyone is on their own timeline, and it's okay if I take my time to achieve all my goals. I mean, after I achieve one goal, I'm just gonna move on to the next anyway. As a young girl, I dreamed of living the Hannah Montana double life, and although it's taken a decade, I think I finally accidentally manifested it. From making DIY videos and being a plumber by day to being a pop star by night. It took a decade, but that's just the timeline that I was on. And number 10, be thankful. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all my favorite people. Thank you to Bethany Moda for all of the morning routines and owl necklaces, and thank you to my family for being my biggest supporters of all time. Well, not of all time. As you now know, my parents were not the biggest supporters in the beginning, but don't you worry, my dad watches every single one of my videos. Hi, Dad. And to you guys, my little hooligans, previously known as generators. You guys have watched me grow, embark on some crazy endeavors, and I just can't thank you guys enough for sticking around and seeing what became of Generation DIY. And finally, I am eternally thankful to my 15-year-old self for having the bravery to start this dream, and I'll make sure to continue it. So where will this dream take me next? I guess you'll just have to wait and see. La da da dum da dum, la da da dum da dum dum, da 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 dum da dum, la da da dum da dum dum, la da da dum da dum, la da da dum da dum dum dum, la da da dum da dum. We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled and seen, but as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would be forever exalted in the sea, but as long as you are with me, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the base, rolling so casually. We're different and the same. Give you one